Following a controversial vote that denied an ARPA funding request from Bangor firefighters, city councilors are looking for a different way forward. We spoke to two councilors who took opposite stances during Tuesday's vote. Kara Pelletier voted in favor of moving the request forward for further review and discussion. Claire Davitt voted no. The city of Bangor was awarded roughly $20 million in ARPA funding that it's looking to split among qualifying organizations. The request from the Bangor Firefighters Union was one of 60 applications that totaled nearly $38 million. The firefighters were asking for more than $817,000 in what would be premium pay for essential workers. Following the 5-4 vote, both councilors TV5 spoke with say they want to find avenues outside of ARPA funding to address firefighters' concerns.
The conversation is not over, and I want to make it clear that all of our councilors, regardless of which way they voted on the ARPA funds, support our firefighters and our first responders. We can't be safe as a city without them. The question is, how do we do that? Where do the city funds come from? And if it's not from ARPA, where can we find other funding in order to make sure the needs are being met?
Every worker who worked for the city during the pandemic is an essential worker, and I want to support all of them. So my vote was not against the firefighters. It was looking to be more equitable to all of our city employees. So I'm looking forward to moving forward with some discussion on that.
When asked for comment, the Firefighters Union pointed us to their statement, which reads in part, "The Bangor Firefighters Union is deeply dismayed by the City Council's decision to vote no on the ARPA request presented by our dedicated firefighters. We want to assure the community that despite this setback, the Bangor Firefighters Union remains steadfast in our commitment to improving working conditions, equipment, and resources for our firefighters. We will continue to engage in dialogue with the City Council and other stakeholders to find a resolution that benefits everyone." We will have this full statement on our website.